Red alert! Red alert! We have an issue at hand, okay? All hands on deck, we have an issue at hand, okay? I like that to not to brag too much, but once again, I've been proven correct. I've been proven correct, a lot of times. Why are you booing? Why are you booing? Excuse me, why are you booing? But I've been proven correct once again. That, my commenters, are the most retarded people and have no substantial criticism whatsoever. And while I disagree with most of the criticism in this comment, as all my commenters are retarded and lack any sort of intelligent thoughts, so I recently made this video. I'm going over some of the weird decisions made by the Rippaverse, mainly talking about their comic Saints and Sinners, which is exclusively written by people who have never written comics before, such as the Critical Drinker, Heroes Babyface, and Mauler. These are all people in this kind of anti-SJW space that are for some reason still around, even though the year is 2025, not 2016. Yeah, I made this video, but I've been receiving comments over the past day, actually. These are all from the same day, and I don't know if someone is signal boosting my video or if someone called me out or something. If someone did, I'm unaware. Okay, let me get the character. Let me get in the character, okay? They're all the same. Let them talk long enough and they will expose themselves. Yaira 3 ain't even out yet, and he called it hot garbage. He obviously hasn't read any of the books. Thanks for letting us know why we shouldn't take clowns like you seriously. And we have 4 laughing emojis. It's pretty obvious that these comments were made by, let's just say individuals who, okay, they're riptards. They are. I know that is the worst term of all time, but there's no other way to describe them. They are brainwashed into thinking that these books are actually good when they're not. They're not. And Yaira 3 is not out yet. I've ordered the book. I still haven't received it. Let's go to specifically the part where this guy is talking about. Let's go and see what he's actually referring to. Attached to them, they're just random people. We have the Salska sisters. Even though they've written books in the past, Black Widow, No Chance to Play, and most notably Yaira 1, 2, and 3, those books were hot garbage. They were some hot dog shit. Okay, let's do the math. Okay. It's a time to forget. That was 6 seconds. If I'm correct, that was 6 seconds. So I talked about Yaira 1, 2, and 3 for 0.9% of the video. Let's round up to 1% of the video. I talked about that for 1% of the video. And that's what they want to focus on? Look, I'm not even going to go down that route. This video is going to be exclusively about their comments, not about the greater narrative or anything. Though that is a pretty valid point in my opinion. But it seems to me like they don't believe that I've read Yaira 1 and 2 just because I included Yaira 3 in saying that the entire series was bad. Which, as you can probably guess, that's not a great argument. So, as you can see, I actually do have Yaira 1 and 2. As you can see, I do have a bit of notes I read about Yaira 1 in specific. I was planning on making a video about it. I think I'll say this later in the video. I just couldn't do it. It was just there were just so many things that were just awful. I couldn't sit down and make a video about it. I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it. But as you can see, I do have a lot of notes written about it. Why is Altona helping her when she's obviously Yaira? How would Avery feel about this? Okay. Yeah, I have written notes about this. This is real. This is I am low hand, but I am low hand. Also read Yaira 2, actually. It's an improvement, but not by much. Yeah, so I do have Yaira 1 and 2. I bought quite a few Rippaverse books, which is kind of embarrassing. I don't know why I'm even doing this right now. It makes me look like a fucking retard. But I do have one of the best, the best product the Rippaverse has ever made. It's this Bloodruth plushie. I do think this is very, it's good. I'm gonna ignore that the money spent on making these probably should have been spent on better, editors, writers, whatever. But I paid for it and I got what I paid for. The best product the Rippaverse has ever made. I got what I paid for. It's a good plushie, They should make more of these. Pretty cool, Good product. I don't know why this makes me look like I'm a retard. Okay, great. But now you know that I have read both Yaira 1 and 2. I've read them both. Have a lot of notes on 1. So yeah, cool. Thank you. Yeah. That was all credibility that you've ever read Yaira 1 and 2. Yeah, thanks a lot. Facts. Now, I don't think I have to say this, but these books are bad. These books are just bad. There's no way around it. You can't sit here and lie to me and tell me that these books are good, because they're not. They're just not. There's a myriad of problems. Yaira 1 specifically, I had a lot of issues with that one. I even wrote a couple scripts trying to make a video about it. I just had the hardest time trying to just sit down and just talk about Yaira all day. I can't do it. Let me get on my book, because I did write notes in it. Just as a heads up, there are no digital scans of Yaira 1 Therefore, these scans you're seeing in this video will be pretty shit. Just a heads up, just in case you guys are wondering why the scans look like absolute dog shit. You're welcome. So let's actually take a look at why Yaira 1 was so bad in the first place. The main criticism I have of this book, and of the Rippaverse as a whole, is that the ideas of the books aren't really bad. The whole plot of Yaira was, Yaira finds Stefania, her descendant, tries to save her, but these aliens that oppressed her on her alien planet try to come back and kill her. Then that causes a conflict between her and Stefania, and then Alpha Core tries to kill her too. The main plot isn't bad. It's just the execution. And by that, I mean that the dialogue is one of the worst parts of this book. Not only is the dialogue at some points very, very exposition heavy, and it's not in a good way, very tedious to read. The writing is also really awkward. It's a problem with a lot of other Rippaverse books. The wording is, I don't know how to describe it. The wording is just, it doesn't make it very enjoyable to read. Okay, Yaira is supposed to be like an alien. I described it like a intellectual super genius alien thing. The way she speaks, like she's like a philosopher. Basically, she speaks like more proper towards the beginning, but as the book goes on, she speaks a lot more casually, and that is exemplified greatly in the whole Texas thing, which was like really weird. I get airs from Texas, but like come on, that is just cringe. So she was portrayed as kind of being like a very proper speaking person, to then being like more casual for some reason. It was very weird how that kind of developed. I don't think that was like a characterization thing. I think that was like an accident. I don't think Yaira was supposed to have a switch in the lore, because nothing really backed it up. It was just like it happened. Nothing. It wasn't even mentioned at all. Now, an explanation for this could be that Yaira has this switch because she has a secret identity. She has one voice she uses when she's Sally Rodell, and another she uses when she's Yaira, that was probably the intention. However, she does sometimes speak like Sally Rodell when she's Yaira. I also feel like it'd make more sense if she was just like a proper speaking character because of her origins. When she settled in like the northern European tribes, it's like Iceland or something. Somewhere in that area she settled there, so I feel like it would make more sense if she was just like a proper speaking person and not like have these more casual moments. Although they are very rare, I feel like that just would be out of place, personally. It just makes it really, really weird to read. In a lot of other points of the book, like the dialogue, it's just written really weirdly. It's like, it reads like a first draft. It really does. It's probably not the first draft, but it definitely reads like one. Like the dialogue is just like, there are points where it definitely could have been slimmed down, especially in like the exposition parts. And a lot of times, like characters will like say something and will not be responded to. It happens multiple times in the book. And it's like, it feels like they were supposed to be responded to, but it got cut. That's what it feels like. I don't know why that happens. I don't know. It's probably not intentional, because it just feels awkward. But yeah, that's one of the main criticisms of this book. It does not read well at all. The plot is fun, just the dialogue. It just makes it really unbearable to get through, genuinely. Another one of my complaints was the very, very, very poor character introductions. Yanessa and Yantoni, they just come out of nowhere. Like, genuinely, there's no foreshadowing to Yaira being watched anyway. They just come from the sky, out of nowhere. Don't know why, they're just there. Maybe if Yaira was getting like a feeling of, am I being watched? Then that would have made a little bit more sense, and then we see her in the sky. Okay, she is being watched. They're there. Another complaint is that the art is not the greatest. Now I know that Deborah Carita, she is, up and coming artist the Rippaverse picked up, and they have said that they're trying to, get their art team to, build each other up. But that doesn't change the fact that the art is bad. It's not terrible. It's just like in some certain panels, it's just not it. It's just not it, Also, some, like, the character designs, I don't know if Carita was responsible for that, or whoever. Yaira in her disguise is just awful. Like, the one-piece dress, and, like, the hat is just not, that is just, like, awful. That's awful. Other than that, the art is alright. It's not terrible. It's just, it could be better. It could be a lot better. It could be a lot. There's a lot to be desired. There's a lot to be desired. And finally, so there's a part where Yaira was confronting Stefania towards the beginning of the book. She's confronting Stefania. If you don't know, that's her descendant who has similar powers to her. She's confronting her, and for some reason, Yaira knows that she's her descendant. But for some reason, she's like beating her up. I don't know why she didn't just explain to Stefania that they're related. I don't know why she didn't do that. That was only done like I don't even think she even explained it. She like refrained from telling her the truth, which like caused Stefania to have this kind of like rivalry with Yaira, which that could have been all resolved if, for one, Yaira didn't bring her grandmother to get killed, basically. And if she just told her the truth outright. That was so weird. Like, why is she beating her up even though she has like a suspicion that she could be related to Stefania? But for some reason she decides to beat her up. I don't know why. Yeah, because it's not like Yaira's a hero, so there'd be no reason for her to have a reason to beat her up. There's generally no reason for her to do that, other than to create this kind of conflict. That was really weird. I really don't know why it's even happening. Just a lot of weird decisions that kind of felt forced to me, because I feel like that's like the obvious thing to just be, okay, I'm gonna tell you what's going on. I don't even know if Yaira even told Stefania that they were related. I'm pretty sure she didn't even say that. I'm pretty sure. I feel like it's gonna be revealed to her in like Yaira 3 or something, like, oh, we're related, and then that's just like weird. Like, that was not necessary. You could have had the conflict between the two without that being a factor. That was my review of Yaira 1. On screen are a few miscellaneous criticisms I had for the book that weren't like major things, but were still significant enough where I was like, okay, yeah, they could have done that a lot better. Definitely. That'll be on the screen right now. Yeah, read it if you want. Don't read it if you don't want to, I guess. I don't know. Oh, okay, here. Okay. You're making a claim that the Rippaverse is failing. We're only halfway through the year, and he is already... That's a typo, I think. And the Rippaverse has sold double the books and made double the money from its most successful year, which was last year, and the numbers continue to increase. That claim is very wrong. Not only because 2024 was not their most successful year, that was the original year, 2022, I think. But not only was that not their most successful year, the money they've made this year is not even close to the amount of money they made in their first year. But here you go. This is the sales data for the Rippaverse books, according to their own website, by the way. It's their own website, okay? Just to be clear, this is from their website and their Twitter posts. Some of the books, they just didn't have them posted, or like I couldn't get to the page. So from Yaira 2 on, these are all books from this year. Okay, so the sum for all of the sales this year so far is $2.3 million. So let's go back to the original claim. The Rippaverse has sold double the books and made double the money from its most successful year. Okay, Item 1 made $3 million. This is what you're saying. So what you're saying is that the Rippaverse's $2.3 million that they made so far this year is more than the $3.7 million they made with Item 1 the first year of 2022. That just doesn't make any sense, does it? Like, no, that's just wrong. Unless this data is wrong, unless their publicly available data is just wrong, then I guess there's just no way. This is all publicly available. That's just wrong. That is just wrong. That is just wrong. Okay. So in 2022, they made at least $3 million, $3.7 million actually, and this year they've made 2.3. That's obviously wrong. Okay, fact checked by true American patriots, you are wrong. And that's really a dumb point anyway, because what this person is trying to say is that I was making a point to say that the Rippaverse was failing and they were trying to prove me wrong, when in the video I made a point to say that the Rippaverse wasn't failing and there was a problem that they were failing by producing these subpar books, and that if they kept making all this money from their books, there would be no reason for them to change and make their books better. So I don't even know why they're making that point when in the video, I literally said that they're making a lot of money. They are making a lot of money. So I guess he's just fighting invisible enemies, I guess, something like that. And this is the last point I'll go over. I'm kind of dragging it at this point, to be honest. But I don't take this kind of criticism lightly, you know. This is a very, very serious allegation. It's very serious, okay? You want to know how I know you're a grifter that review bombs a comic just because he can? Comic brand, I mean, just because I can. Now, in this video, I've made no mention of review bombing at all, and given that I don't have a large platform, I don't know how I would be able to review bomb an entire comic brand. I don't even understand where that's coming from. That's just like, that's beyond me. That's beyond me. But yeah, there's another comment actually. Let me see what this one is about.
They're wasting money.
Alright, chill out, dude, chill out. Okay, we get it, chill out. There we go, okay. Dude. Okay, great, bro. This is a really great comment. It's a really great comment. I love this comment. We're gonna give this one a like. Oh my god, bro. Okay, cool. So as you can see, you know, if you're not yet convinced that my commenters are all dumb and have nothing going on in their head, they're all mindless drones. If you don't yet believe that, then this is your proof. And if you're still not convinced, then I don't know what could convince you. I don't know what else could convince you other than all this. This one's an alright comment. This one's an alright comment. But all this, yeah, you're gonna have to do better than that. You're gonna have to do better than that, you know. Always seething. He's mad. Other comments, he's mad. I can't let you guys lie on me like that. I cannot let you lie on me like that. I cannot. Moral of the story, should you really be responding to criticism of any sort, whether it's retarded or justified? Probably not, unless it's like a rape allegation or something like that. But in general, you probably shouldn't. Unless there's content to be made about it, and that is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You've been watching Low Hand, I've been Low Hand, and take me in, face the lights.